Welcome back on this glorious day, I believe, to the fourth video of anxiety recorded in Hollywood, Florida. Last week we spoke about the cause of anxiety is because our parents at a very early age begin to program our brain as that we are individuals that perform versus individuals that exist. And therefore we leave the station of existence and we go into the gear of performance. And therefore, if you notice, old individuals that perform and they have this illusion that they will feel better when they accomplish, they feel empty. They don't feel good. When a person, by the way, is connected, they always feel good with step one. And that encourages them to blossom into step two. And that encourages them to blossom into step three. They love every part of the journey. When a person is connected to their performance versus to themselves, we are never satisfied with whatever we do because we're not connecting to ourselves. We are not machines that perform. You see, Amazon is doing a good job to getting all these robots that will fill mine order and your order. That's not who we are. We're not performing species. We are infinite, awesome, lovable human beings. I might have mentioned this before, but this is one of the most fascinating and most painful questions I ask my clients when we discuss this issue. And I asked them the question, do you remember once in your lifetime when you came home from school and the door opened up, or the door was open, and your father or mother were there by the door, with them basically on the floor as a 3-year young, as a 5-year young, as a 10-year young child, with their arms wide open with the biggest smile and saying, "Hi! Oh my gosh, I was thinking about you a whole day," or "I was thinking about you during the day." Don't lie to your children, please. "I'm so happy to see you," or "I miss you." There could be lots of things. It's about you. And no questions. How was school today? Who cares how school was today? What am I, a reporter? Did you hire me when I'm 5 years young to be a reporter to tell you how school was today? Children will volunteer to tell you how school is today, and if they don't want them, leave them alone. The only good thing we could do to our children is when we welcome them, welcome the person, not the reporter and not the producer and not the performer. Did you like your math class today? Just don't ask questions. Tell the child what they mean to you. Your body language should show that you miss them and you love them. By default, by definition, by nature, every child is different. Some child will talk about their classes, some child will talk about how things went. Usually children will talk about the same way their parents talk about when they come home. Parents talk about how people try to cheat them at work, or people were bad and people were no good, and people are there to backstab you, and so on and so forth. That's the language the kids will come home. If you constantly hear your parents talk about how the world is good and how people are nice, and you always find the stories how people helped each other, even to strangers that they didn't know, you're going to see your child come home and say, "Wow, my teacher was so nice, I don't even know why they did it to me." So the bottom line is, this horrific anxiety is a symptom from individuals that disconnect to themselves. And when they disconnect to themselves because they're connected to Mr. Producer and Performer, and the third thing I forgot, but it's in my head, the reporter, yes, then there's filled with anxiety, filled with insecurity. It's so amazing when I ask people, "So how do you like this to be done?" I don't know. "Oh, I can't make up my mind." That's a symptom. Of course you can make up your mind. As long as you're alive, you can make up your mind. If you're in the cemetery, you can't make up your mind. Of course you can make up your mind. You're amazing, you're outstanding, you're phenomenal. But I really can't make up my mind. That's a symptom. You're disconnected. Of course you can't make up your mind. When you're disconnected, you can't make choices. When you're disconnected, well, what happens if I go to A? Maybe B is supposed to be good. It's such a miracle when one is deeply connected to self. Not that they know everything and they're God and they're so sure and arrogant. On the contrary, based on their best choice and intelligence, they're going to go to A. And they know A might not work, but they're not worried. They're going to go to B. Any aspect you bring to me about life's challenges, it's always one, because humans are disconnected from the greatest asset, from the love of their life. No, not from someone else. The love of their life is the individual you see in the mirror. Once you have that love of your life, then you can have a relationship, which I spoke about many times. That's why most people do not have good relationships. Although outside they're smiling and they're hugging and they're touching and they're putting up all these beautiful stuff on social media. Go behind closed doors, you're going to see a very different picture. And I happen to have the merit to know that. Because people talk to me, they tell me what's really going on in their marriage, really going on in their relationships, and then I see them on social media. I go, wow, is that their twin or something? But the bottom line is, there's no way you could have a deep, meaningful, peaceful, loving, gentle relationship with anyone on planet Earth if prior to that relationship you don't have it with yourself. I hope very soon you will find the love of your life, which I know where it is. It's in the mirror. Every time you go to the mirror, and you will learn gradually how to accept, connect, like, and love, and life will be freaking outstanding. Thanks for joining me. Have yourself a wonderful and delightful day. If you like this video, a thumbs up, I would appreciate it. Until then, always remember, you're way greater than you think you are.